Good morning, children. This is Hemlata and welcome to class 7 IIT physics class. Children, we started vector quantities. Okay, so it long gap came. So once we will revise that, we will review just what the topics over. Okay, once again a small review on scalar and vector quantity. Then we'll go for the topic. Okay, so children, we already discussed physical quantities, is it no? Physical quantities. Physical quantities are what? Quantities which can be measured. Any quantity which you can measure are physical quantities. Measurable quantities. Example, we can measure length, we can measure mass, we can measure time, current, pressure. All these quantities we can measure. So all those quantities which can be measured, measurable quantities, are known as physical quantities. Physical quantities, magnitude into unit. Magnitude into unit. Is it no? Magnitude into unit. It can be expressed in magnitude into unit. Example, 5 meter. 5 is a magnitude, meter is a unit. It's a magnitude and this is unit. Clear? Physical quantities are of two types. Physical quantities are of two types. What are the two? Scalar quantities. Is it? Scalar quantities and vector quantities. Physical quantities are of two types, scalar quantities and vector quantities. Scalar quantities are what? All those quantities which are having only magnitude, no direction. Any quantity which gives you only magnitude, numerical value and unit, but no any information about its direction. That is what? Scalar quantity. But vector quantities are what? Quantities with magnitude and direction both. Quantities with magnitude and direction both, they are vector quantities. See children, scalar quantity, example, length. Okay, length like 7 meter. Magnitude and unit. Okay, only magnitude and unit, but nothing about the direction. So this is scalar quantity. Length is a scalar quantity. Vector quantity, displacement. So displacement means 25 meter. Okay, initial to final position. Here S vector, displacement denoted by S vector. Distance S. Whenever we write any vector quantities, above arrowhead sign will be there. Okay, this shows that this is a vector quantity. Although distance and displacement is having same unit, but the difference what? Distance is not having direction, but displacement is having direction. What is the direction? Is initial position to final position. Clear? So vector quantities are having magnitude and direction both. But there is one more difference is there. What is the difference? Scalar quantities, when we add scalar quantities, it obeys the simple rules of algebra. Example, 7 meter plus 5 meter. How much? 12 meter. Is it or not? 7 meter plus 5 meter? 12 meter. Length plus length. So also length only. 7 meter plus 5 meter, 12 meter. This obeys, scalar quantities obeys a simple rule, common rules of algebra. But vector quantities are not like that. Addition of vector quantities are little different than the scalar quantities. So vector quantity means it must obey some addition laws. Okay, so that quantities which are having magnitude, direction and obeys that laws of additions, then only they are vector quantity. Otherwise there are some quantities which are having direction but they are not vector quantities. Clear? Like that also there. Here you see example current. Current is having direction, but still current is not a vector quantity, it's a scalar quantity. Suppose 3 ampere, okay, and here 2 ampere when combines gives 5 ampere. Current is having direction or not, children? Current is having direction. Magnitude is there, direction is there. From here 3 ampere, from here 2 ampere, and the resultant is 5 ampere. Here it obeys the simple rules of algebra. Is it or not? So it is having direction, but it obeys a simple rule of algebra. It's a current is what then? A scalar quantity. It's a scalar quantity. It's not a vector quantity. So to be a vector quantity, it must have direction, but it also obeys the laws of addition. Okay. So now we are going to see the difference. So see children, here scalar quantities and vector quantities, basic difference now we will discuss. Scalar quantity, first already we know scalar having only magnitude, no direction. So it gives you magnitude and unit. Vector quantity gives you magnitude, unit and direction. So representation is very important. How to represent scalar quantities and vector quantities. Scalar quantities are represented in the simple manner. Okay. So as it is not giving any direction, so we represent scalar quantities in the simple manner. Example, suppose length is a scalar quantity. So how to write length? 5 meter. So you see, this is magnitude and this is unit. 5 meter, 20 kilogram. Magnitude, unit. Simple way. Okay. But vector quantities are having direction. So how to represent vector quantity is an important thing to understand. See children, vector quantities are represented by arrow mark. Okay, vector quantities are represented by arrow mark. Here the length, okay, length represents magnitude. Length of this arrow represents magnitude, whereas this arrowhead, this gives you the direction. Okay, vector quantities are denoted by arrows. Suppose displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement, how to write? S vector. Force is a vector quantity. Force, how to write? F vector. So on the top, this arrow shows that it is a vector quantity. Now how to represent? By giving this arrow, this length shows magnitude, whereas the arrow head shows the direction. Now you will say, suppose how long we will draw the arrow. Okay, if magnitude is more, then for that also solution is there. We need to take some scale. Okay, suppose 1 centimeter, suppose we have force, okay, force 5 Newton due east, 5 Newton due east. So you have to represent 5 Newton due east. So you take 1 centimeter as 1 Newton. So 5 centimeter, 5 Newton. Is it or not? 5 Newton, 5 centimeter, 5 Newton. 1 centimeter, 1 Newton if you will take, 5 centimeter, 5 Newton. And arrowhead which side? East side. So it shows 5 Newton force due east side. Okay now? So you have to take some suitable scale. Okay children, so like this we can represent the vector quantities represented by arrow. This is our tail, that is the head. The length of the arrow shows the magnitude, okay, and arrowhead shows the direction. Next, vector quantity, numerical value, direction. Scalar quantity, only numerical value. Next, the important thing we have to understand is scalar quantity. When we add a scalar quantity, we have to obey simple rules of algebra. Simple rules, how you are adding, how you are subtracting. The simple rules of algebra you have to apply when you are adding the scalar quantities. So there is no need to worry when you add scalar quantities. Already now only I gave example. 5 meter plus 7 meter gives 12 meters. So there is no tension about the direction in scalar quantities. So simply we can add or subtract the scalar quantities. But vector quantities is not like that. As vector quantity is having direction, so you have to obey the vector law of addition. Vector law of addition. There are some vector laws of addition. Triangular law is the polygon law, that is what parallelogram law of addition is there. Okay, so the vector law of additions compulsory it must follow. So that depends upon direction. Example, see, suppose a person moves due east some 2 kilometer, again some 3 kilometer same direction it moves, then here what is its resultant? 2 kilometer plus 3 kilometer, 5 kilometer same direction, east direction. This is the first case, resultant 5 kilometer towards east. But second case, suppose if the person moved 5 kilometer due east and then after return back 4 kilometer due west. Now what is the position of the body? So you see 5 kilometer, here it's the initial position, this is the final position. Final 5 kilometer towards east, then came back 4 kilometer. So from the initial point, this is the final point. What is its location? He is 1 kilometer away from its initial position. Is it or not? So what is the resultant here? Resultant 5 kilometer minus 4 kilometer, 1 kilometer, again due east only. He is compared to the initial position, his final position is here now. Okay, so he is 1 kilometer away from initial position. Which direction? East direction. So here you can see the resultant is 1 kilometer. Okay, so when you add here 5 kilometer, 2 plus 3, 5 kilometer came. Here you see 5 kilometer he walked, 4 kilometer came back, 1 kilometer is a resultant. Okay, suppose one more example. Suppose the person is moving like this, east direction. Okay, suppose 1 kilometer and came down 1 kilometer. So this is the initial position, this is the final position. Okay, we did know now only. So what is its displacement? Displacement direction, initial to final direction. Resultant is how much? Square root of 1 square plus 1 square. Okay, hypotenuse is equal to Pythagoras, we have to use square root of 1 square plus 1 square, that is root 2, that is 1.414 kilometer. Clear now children? So like that is also possible. So these are the vector law of addition. So these you have to apply when you add vector quantities. That is not similar to the scalar quantities. Okay now children? So this is for today. Today what we learned about the scalar and vector quantities and their differences, main differences. Children, already we discussed about the types of vectors also. Is it no? We already discussed the types of vectors also, and the last also we discussed it. You must go through that videos once again, because next class we are directly going to start the vector laws of addition. Okay, remember, next class we are going to start vector law of addition directly. Types of vectors, already I made the video, posted already, you have to go through it again. Clear? Thanks for watching.